Good afternoon and welcome back, Stoners. This video is part 1 of a 3-part series. In this video I will cover indoor growing both hydroponically and in soil. Then in part 2 of this series next week I will cover outdoor growing both hydroponically and in soil. In part 3 I will show you how to build an active hydroponic system. In this first section I will go over the planting, growing, and harvesting of your plants through passive hydroponics. I'll explain how to prepare your grow room, how to care for your plants over the next 1 to 3 months as they grow, and how to harvest the buds so that they'll produce a more enjoyable experience. Growing plants hydroponically is a bit more complicated than growing them in soil. You'll need to purchase special equipment, and you'll have to optimize your hydroponic garden for nutrients, light, and ventilation. Gather these supplies: your seeds, white paint, hydroponic nutrients, coco coir, rock wool blocks, grow lamps with CFL sockets, enough to cover all your plants, CFLs, which are compact fluorescent light bulbs, a timer, a pH test kit, and fans for ventilation. Buy your seeds from a legal dispensary. You can buy the rest of your supplies either online or at a garden center. Choose a closet or small room for growing, then paint the walls white. The white paint makes the walls more reflective. This increases photosynthesis, which helps your plants grow. You can also cover your walls with aluminum foil, though this is not as reflective as clean white paint. Hang your CFL grow lamps above your grow area. Hang the lamps a little higher than the height of your pots, leaving room to raise them as your plants grow taller. Hang the lights from a bar, like the kind you find in a closet, or clamp them onto something nearby that is the right height. Use clamp lamps for simplicity. These come with built-in CFL sockets and they don't require extra wiring or electrical work. The housing also helps reflect as much light as possible. Give your plants at least 7,000 lumens per square foot of light. The brightness of light is measured in lumens per square foot. The ideal brightness for a standard grow operation is 7 to 10,000 lumens per square foot. To figure out how many lumens per square foot you're working with, simply divide the total lumens by your total square footage. Say you're working with two 300 watt CFLs, each with 40,000 lumens in a 3 by 3 by 2 foot area. That's 80,000 lumens divided by 18 square feet equals 4,400 lumens per square foot. To convert square feet into square meters, multiply the number of lumens by 10.7. The absolute minimum needed to grow average sized plants is around 3,000 lumens per square foot. Keep your grow rooms between 73 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This prevents your plants from overheating. Avoid burning or overheating your plants with your light source. Having sufficient light helps your plants grow tall, healthy, and potent. The maximum allowable temperature is 90 degrees Fahrenheit. If the temperature in your grow room gets too low, add a small heater to generate additional heat. If the temperature gets too high, add a fan to ventilate the space. Proper ventilation is absolutely necessary for vibrant plants. If your grow room is in a closet, for example, there's not much more you can do other than add an oscillating fan. In a box, however, adding a duct system is sufficient for many home growers. To make a duct system, use a squirrel cage fan, it looks like a hamster wheel, attached to a 6-inch duct to mitigate rising temperature and pungent odors. Include an extra oscillating fan to help strengthen the stalks of your plants as they grow. Germinate your seeds. Wet a large paper towel and lightly wrap your seeds in between the paper towel. Place a paper towel on a flat surface, then cover it with a plate to make sure the paper towel doesn't dry out. Let them sit for 24 to 48 hours. You can also place a damp paper towel and seeds in a sealable plastic bag. Once your seed sprouts a taproot, plant the germinated seed in rock wool blocks. Use your fingers or a spoon to make a small 2-inch hole in the rock wool block. Then place a germinated seed in the hole with the taproot facing down. Once a seedling has started sprouting a significant root system, you transfer it into the coco coir. Give your plants nutrient-infused water with a pH of 5.5 to 5.8. Use a test kit to measure the water's pH, then adjust it to fit within your range. If your water's pH is too high, add a squirt of vinegar. If your water's pH is too low, add a pinch of baking soda. Start by giving your plants nutrients at quarter strength, then gradually increase to full strength over the next 1 to 2 weeks. Excessive nutrients may harm your plants. This system is a type of passive hydroponic farming. Unlike active hydroponic systems, it doesn't require special equipment for pumping water to give nutrients to your plants. Passive hydroponic systems are easy to set up and maintain, but building an active hydroponic system may produce larger crop yields. I will cover building an active hydroponic system in part 3 of this series. Keep the coco coir moist with pH-balanced, nutrient-filled water. Do this whenever the coco coir starts to feel dry to the touch. The plants will absorb water more quickly as they grow. Therefore, you may only need to water them every couple of days when they're small, and once a day towards the end of the plant's flowering cycle when they're full grown. Ensure that at least a little extra runoff water comes out the bottom of your container whenever you water your plants to ensure that unused nutrients don't build up in your medium. Coco coir is very forgiving if you accidentally over or underwater your plant, but make sure to adjust the watering schedule accordingly if you notice your plant's leaves are wilting or drooping. Give your plants 18 to 24 hours of light per day. This keeps them in a vegetative stage, which prevents them from growing flowers prematurely. If growing in a closet, keep your plants in a vegetative stage until they're 6 to 18 inches tall. Your plants have 2 major growth phases after a seedling stage, the vegetative and the flowering stages. During the vegetative stage, your plants are only worried about growing and getting big. Keep your plants in a vegetative stage by giving them 18 to 24 hours of light a day. This simulates summer when the days are longer. The height of your plant is often the main factor when determining how long to keep your plants in a vegetative stage. Your plants can double its height in the flowering stage, so make sure to keep your plants in a vegetative stage until it's about half its desired final height. Give plants 12 hours of light daily once they're 6 to 18 inches tall. This will make them transition to the flowering stage. The 12 hours of daylight simulates fall and winter, causing your plants to produce buds. During the flowering stage, your plants devote energy to growing buds. Get rid of any male plants. The first sign of your plant's gender will appear 1 to 2 weeks after you switch to lighting time to 12 hours per day. Female plants grow white hairs, while male plants grow gray balls that eventually become pollen sacs. Discard the male plants. Males pollinate females, causing females to start diverting energy from THC production into seed growth. To maximize the amount of bud you get, remove any male plants so they don't pollinate your females. Give your plants 6 to 12 weeks to complete the flowering stage. This allows flowers to develop. Be patient and allow your plants to mature. This maximizes the amount of THC in their buds. Keep watering them with pH-balanced, nutrient-enhanced water. Water the plant with pH-balanced water for 1 to 2 weeks before harvesting. Adjust the pH to 5.5 to 6.0 in this stage. Don't add the nutrient mixture anymore, or you will take some nutrients into your final buds. Towards the end of your plant's flowering cycle, you may notice that some of the older leaves are starting to get yellow and fall off. This is totally normal and is a sign that your plant is taking nitrogen out of the leaves and putting them into the buds. This signals that your plants are almost ready to be harvested. Stop giving your plants nutrients with their water for at least 1 to 2 weeks to ensure the best possible taste of your final bud. Harvest your plants by cutting off the buds one at a time. You can also cut down the whole plant, then cut off the buds. Wait until 50 to 75% of the white hairs have turned amber or brown before harvesting. Alternatively, you can wait until the trichomes, also known as crystals or resin glands, are either all white or half white and half amber. Harvesting earlier produces a thoughtful in-your-head high. Harvesting later produces a heavier, more relaxing experience. Clip any leaves sticking out from the buds. These don't contain much THC and make your final smoke much more harsh. Remove these for a more pleasant smoking experience. Leave the stems for now. You can save the leaves and use them to make canned butter at a later time. Hang your buds up to dry for 1 to 3 weeks. Hang the buds upside down in a cool, dark place. Let them dry out until the buds snap off the stem as opposed to just bending when you apply pressure. Leave the dry buds in an airtight glass container for 2 weeks. This cures the buds, increasing the shelf life and improving their flavor and aroma. Open the lid once a day to get some air ventilation and release any moisture. Your cured buds can be smoked, vaped, or used to make edibles. Moisture can cause mold, so make sure your buds are completely dry before curing them. If you're just starting out, auto-flowering seeds are a solid choice. They are pretty low maintenance compared to photoperiod seeds. Auto-flowering seeds don't need specific light cycles to start flowering, so they just grow and bloom based on their age. This means that you don't have to worry as much about adjusting light schedules, making them way easier to manage. Setting up a basic grow room or tent doesn't have to be crazy expensive or complicated. Here's what you'll need. A grow tent helps keep things controlled and keeps light inside. Reflective walls will help your plants get all the light they need. Lights. LED grow lights are ideal for beginners. They're efficient and they don't get too hot and they're easy to set up. Shoot for around 100 watts per plant. Ventilation. A small inline fan and carbon filter combo will help you manage temperature and odor. Soil. Go for a high quality soil with some perlite mixed in for aeration. Nutrients. Your plants have specific nutrient needs, and you can find beginner-friendly nutrient kits that'll work just fine. Now that you have your gear, it's time to set it up. Assemble the tent, just follow the instructions, and you'll have it up in no time. Hang your lights. Attach the lights about 18 to 24 inches above where your plants will be. You can adjust as they grow. Add ventilation. Set up your fan in carbon fiber so air circulates properly. This keeps your plants healthy and helps with odor. Monitor temperature and humidity. Ideal temps are between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. For humidity, start around 60 to 70% for seedlings and lower to around 40 to 50% during the flowering stage. Follow the germinating instructions mentioned above. Once you see the taproot, gently plant the seed about a ½ inch deep in your soil with the taproot facing down. Place it under your light source as soon as you get it planted. Your plants are now in the seedling stage. Here's what they need. Light. Keep your lights on for 18 to 20 hours a day since autoflowers don't need darkness to flower. Water the soil lightly and keep it damp, but avoid overwatering. Temperature and humidity. Seedlings like it warm, 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and humidity 60 to 70%. Autoflowers do not have a long vegetative stage, so just keep them happy and healthy. Stick with the 18-6 light cycle. Lights on for 18 hours a day and off for 6 hours a day. Start with a small dose around a quarter the recommended strength to avoid nutrient burn. Wait until the top inch of soil feels dry before watering again. Around this time, your autoflowers will start producing buds. Here's how to take care of them. Keep your lights on the same cycle, 18/6, since autoflowers don't rely on darkness to flower. Switch to a nutrient blend for flowering, which has more phosphorus and potassium. Lower the humidity to around 40 to 50% to keep mold off your buds. Keep an eye out. Watch for any nutrient deficiency or pests, especially now that your buds are developing. Here's where timing is key. To get the best results, you wait until the trichomes, the tiny resinous crystals on the buds, turn cloudy. If you wait till they start turning amber, the effects will be more sedating. Pistils aim for when 70 to 90% of the white pistils on your buds darken and curl in. To get the best flavor and potency, take your time with this step. Hang your branches in a cool, dark spot with good airflow. Aim for 50 to 60% humidity, then let them dry out for about 7 to 10 days. Make sure to hang them upside down during the drying stage. Place your dry buds in glass jars. Open the lid daily for the first week to burp them, letting out excess moisture. Curing process will improve your buds' flavor, potency, and smoothness. Go easy on the water. Cannabis doesn't like soggy roots. Let an inch of the topsoil dry out between watering. pH matters. Buy yourself a pH tester and keep your soil pH at around 6 to 7 to prevent nutrient issues. Start low with nutrients. It's better to underfeed them than to burn your plants with too much fertilizer. Thanks for watching, and be looking next week for part 2 of the series on planting, growing, and harvesting outdoors. Give me a follow and a subscribe. It'll help me keep this channel going. And as always, stay elevated.